Oh, this was an '86 album too, huh?
Yeah, man. I think that's we have to pick them on the years, you know,
Interesting.
uh, uh,
Okay.
the same year or whatever.
All right. Okay, so in 1986 on BYO, we get 7 Seconds New Wind. I believe it's their third album, I think. We have what?
Um,
United We Stand and then The Crew. Is that accurate?
I think so. And then this one, yeah,
Okay,
and
so
Newland.
yeah, dude. Um
Talk to
so
me.
okay, I'm just gonna let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna read my notes and I'm gonna murder your dog. I'm gonna read my notes and then I'll just like let you riff for a minute. So I wrote 7 Seconds, New Wind. The opener on this album is absolutely terrible. Sounds like some REM type Friends theme song garbage. And then I put, was very relieved when the title track started up and it wasn't what I expected from this. Not exactly the same, but a mix of old and modern versions of 7 Seconds. So, like the second song. Track 3 was back to this college rock bullcrap. Horrible. What's going on here? Tied Up in Rhythm was the best of the college rock pop songs so far, but I still very much prefer the other version of this band. Grown Apart, it's got a pretty good rad guitar riff. Man Enough to Care has a great message and lyrics, but and the delivery is too like cheerful. There's something about that song that I couldn't figure out, but it was bothering me. It just wasn't hitting, dude. Calendar's a pretty good song. There's some melodies in the album that I liked, but overall it just wasn't working, dude. It was just man. Okay, there is stuff about this album that I liked a lot. The lyrics were really great. I actually kind of liked the production on it as well. But it's like the
It's the
album
'80s.
it pulled me in two directions, dude. Like I probably won't ever go back to this album, like ever, man. Expect to Change, while not a song I really liked a lot, it showed me that the vocal pitch on most of this album is way too high. Uh, the way Kevin's singing on that song is much lower, and it fits the music of this album a lot better. So if you go back and you listen to Expect to Change, if he had sang the album like he sang that song, I think that I personally would have probably liked it a lot. But his pitch was way too high on this record. It sounded like he was trying something that he wanted to try, but he was forcing it, and instead of just like trying it, maybe having some people around him that told him, "Hey, this isn't really sounding that good," and then he didn't have to like repeat some of the earlier stuff that they did. He could still have changed the band, and it could have grown in musically
Hmm.
without it doing this. It sounded like REM, dude. It was on parts. It was the bad parts were so glaringly bad to me that it took me out of the headspace of listening to a band that I really enjoy. So I'd never heard this album until now.
Well, I thought this album was great. I
I'm sure
really
you
enjoyed
did.
it. I thought I liked the tuneful quality of the music. It's poppy, it's positive. The production's cool. It's got cool guitar parts. I like the way that Kevin sings on a lot of the songs. I don't think it sounds anything like REM. I think it's
Oh,
just
dude, yes, it does.
I just think it's different than maybe what a lot of people expected. In fact, Kevin Seconds talks about like in the mid '80s during this era of 7 Seconds, kind of, um, he was really unsure about like if they even should continue to be a band or not because the direction they were going on in a lot of the bands in the hardcore scene that they were playing with. You can see this being at odds with
Right.
with with a lot of what was happening. And I'm almost positive 7 Seconds and Cro-Mag shared the stage more than a few times
Oh,
in
I'm
this in
sure.
this in this era. So I don't know. I what I hear on this album is, I don't know, pop punk. Descendants. I hear a lot of Descendants on this record.
Mm,
I hear I
I
don't want to
wasn't
grow
getting
up.
that, but I'm not saying you're wrong. I just
I
wasn't
hear
hearing
I
it.
hear a lot of I don't want to grow up. Um it's I hear just it's really reminiscent of what was happening in um DC in like the mid '80s. Dak Nasty. So a lot of these riffs I think are coming out of that scene. And I think that 7 Seconds, particularly, I hear echoes of what would come to be early Epitaph and Fat Record stuff. This is like the California, LA sound. A lot of those bands were heavily influenced by 7 Seconds. Pennywise, for instance. So Pennywise, I hear glimpses of early Pennywise in this record.
So I'm not going to even argue with that. I don't care because just because there's glimpses of something that I would come to like later doesn't mean that this is good. You can have ingredients to something that you really enjoy to eat. But if you just take the ingredients apart and eat
Sure.
the ingredients separately, you don't like it. And that's the same
That's
way with this.
but
Uh,
it's an opinion too, right? I
yeah,
mean,
no,
like,
no, no. It's definitely. I'm not saying you're wrong either. I actually kind of am. It's a pretty bad record, but like, I'm
to
also
you.
just I'm also just messing around. Like, yeah, to me, but I'm right. You know this, Nitty. Come on, man. Um, but I do think I'm probably pretty glad that it does exist because whether I like it or not, I don't really care. It's irrelevant. Like, I don't have to like it. It doesn't matter what I think really. And you know, I think I think sometimes with me, this is probably an example of what we were talking about earlier. I need to listen to it more. I only listened to it like 1.5 times. The first couple of songs, specifically the first song, I do not like it. Like, I actively dislike it. And it was hard for me to even want to keep listening. I
Okay.
almost just didn't listen to it and said, yeah, the first song was so bad, I didn't even finish it. And I was like, that is incredibly lazy. So I just didn't do that. But I was walking to the grocery store listening to it. And I'm telling you, dude, like 3 or 4 times I had to stop and like put my head on the cart. And I was like, dude, what am I listening to right now? I was like, this is crazy that this is a band that, have has put out some of the records that they've put out that I really enjoy.
Hmm.
But hey,
Yeah.
dude, look, man, Kevin Seconds is a rad dude,
Yeah,
and
he's a really
it
cool guy.
had to take a mountain of courage to put out an album like this. So I revert back to the fact that if I like it or not, it doesn't matter. I do respect the fact that he made it. I'll talk
Yeah.
a little bit of crap, but I wouldn't have put this out. Not
I
not not being the same. This is another instance of like Blink 182 doing their thing, and then like this is like Boxcar Racer to like
Well, I feel like among certain people, this album is very highly regarded, though, right? I mean, so
that's cool.
I read on punknews.org that Ian Mackay reissued this record this year. Look, I mean,
I mean, I do, that's not the kind
I'm
of thing
not
that I go, oh, E. Mackay likes it. No, I don't.
I'm not saying any of this to make I don't care about you liking it or not or trying to
Yes,
convince
you
you.
do, Nitty.
No,
You
I really
told
don't
me
give a
in
fuck.
our no. You told me. You
I'm
told me.
I'm telling you because there's a reason why people like this shit, right? I mean, myself included.
I don't.
So
I don't. I disagree with that. Like the whole. Like,
there's
there's
not
a
a
reason.
reason.
If everybody likes it, that must mean it's good.
That's not what I'm
That's
saying though.
ridiculous.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that
That's basically what you're saying.
no, I'm saying that it's good because of certain reasons. I'm not saying like because everybody likes it, there's a reason it's good, right? I'm saying
No,
that like
but you're basically saying well, a lot of people like it, so that must to say something, and that's what you literally said, and
no,
like that doesn't.
I'm saying that certain people that like 7 Seconds a lot regard this as an important album that came out by this band,
Yeah, but
myself
the
included.
album exists and they have fans, so like, of course, some people think it's a great record. Like that's wild. No, there isn't an album out there that is unanimously hated by everybody. It doesn't exist that I
No.
can think of.
Uh,
Like
Angels
you
and
know,
Airwaves probably a pretty terrible band.
I mean, we say that,
Blink
but then they
182 is
have
not
tons
one.
of fans. You know what I'm saying?
I'd be surprised, but yeah, you're
But no,
probably
no, they
right.
have. I mean, dude, I sell records, man. I'm telling you, Angels and Airwaves sells records. Like,
People buy that shit.
yes,
That's rough.
when they had that new record that came out, I was like, let me listen to this. And I got about halfway through it and was like, this is worse than that 7 Seconds record. And I turned it off. I hadn't even heard this yet.
You really didn't like this album, huh?
I didn't like it at all. I'm gonna listen to it again though, because I do think when you said the dissonance thing, dude, I was not on that wavelength at all. And then you
You
said
don't hear
that.
Descendants in this?
Well, no, but not yet. Now I might. That's what I'm saying though. It's like now I might. And if I do, that'll make me like it better because I like the dissonance. Most of the problem I had with it was his vocals, man. I
Yeah.
really dislike his vocals in this record. The lyrics are fantastic. They always write pretty good riffs. And he also has a kind of a unique voice, anyways.
I like
So
his
like,
voice.
I
I
do
think it's really
too,
cool.
but I like it with the older stuff and the more modern stuff. This is a weird, like
He's
deviation.
he's really sing songy on this one.
Yeah, and this wasn't my jam. But again, I'm just speaking on right now. Tomorrow,
Yeah.
that I could wake up and be like, never mind, I really like this. And if people don't understand that, then I don't know what to say to you, man. People change their minds sometimes. Like, but right now, I just didn't like it, and it's because of the first track, dude. I really hate it. My favorite thing on an album is always the
The
opener and the closer. Like, I like a powerful opener and a powerful closer because it'll get me into an album. But a really bad opener
New
could
Wind,
really affect me.
the song New Wind, right?
That's the title track, and I like that song. That song was number 2.
What's the first? Oh yeah, okay. The Night
So
Away.
and the thing
The
is
Night
that there
Away.
were a ton of fantastic lyrics, man. I need to make sure that that's a point that I make here. Like the lyrics on this were really great. I've never had an issue with the lyrics. It
Mhm.
was just the vocals, but like, it's just a conversation. Like if this was on at your house and we were sitting around having coffee talking, am I going to get up and complain about that? No. But in the context of, hey, let's listen to this and talk about it, I don't know that I'll ever choose to listen to this again outside of I'm going to try again in the next few days and then see how I feel about it at that point. But if I still feel the same, I probably won't revisit it. This isn't an album that I would ever buy. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't mean like disrespect. I mean, I don't understand why I can't have an opinion without it being disrespectful. But people seem to think that just because you have an opinion, I'm not saying Kevin Seconds sucks. I'm saying this
No, you
song.
don't like it. This isn't your jam. This isn't this isn't the 7 seconds you like.
Well, okay, so
If you don't like this record, you're really gonna hit the one that came out after this.
then I won't listen to it. It's fine. I don't need to.
Well, just check it out. See, I mean, I'm curious to see what your thoughts are. They
I mean,
go
I
even
will
more
listen.
down, like
Oh.
a certain path.
So when I was listening to it though, I literally out loud chuckled at least a few times, thinking, "Oh, dude, Nitty probably loves this album." I thought that a couple of times.
Why did you think I would love it though?
Because man, you like stuff that fits this vibe. Like you like bands that fit this vibe. This felt like it had more in common with bands like Jawbreaker and Husker Du than it did anything even remotely resembling Cro-Mags.
Yeah,
Right?
oh yeah, it was
So
very
like,
different.
but
The
but
polar
but
opposite. But I like the Cro-Mags record too, though.
yeah, I'm just saying. But I know you like this more melodic, also maybe some experimental melodic pop punky emo-y college rocky hardcore mixed together kind of sounds. And I knew you would like it, but I also struggled with the fact that I really want to talk to Kevin Seconds, right? And I was like, maybe I shouldn't really say much about it because I really want to talk to that guy. And I was like, no, dude, I'm
No,
not
no,
gonna be a
no.
I'm not gonna be
I
a
kind of want
poser.
you to bring up this record to him, though. It'd be cool to
I would
he,
love, dude. It's the same thing with Lars. I want to hear more about Rancid 2000 than I do anything else because I love all their other albums. I want
that's
to
what
hear
I'm
about
trying
the
to
album
say.
that I don't necessarily care about.
And I'm sure that Kevin Seconds is. I'm listening to an interview with him and the guy from H2O. Toby
Oh,
Morse has a
yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
Well, One Life, one something. I don't know, I forgot what it's called. But I listen to his podcast a lot, and he has interesting conversations with people, and they're like 2-3 hours long.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah. So that's
I
my
just
jam,
started
bro.
to get into the Kevin Seconds conversation too, and
I'll listen to that too. Then I would love to listen to that.
yeah, and from what I see about Kevin, he seems like a really cool, down to earth guy, man.
Man,
I think he'd be
sorry.
open to talking to you about anything.
Well, we had a dialogue going, and he was supposed to come on the show like a while back.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll email him again because, like, look, dude, just because I don't like one of his albums, he's got a bunch of albums, dude. I like his solo
yeah,
stuff, and I like his first albums, and I like his later albums. So, like, whatever. There's even Rancid albums I don't care about. So it's not disrespect, man. It's me being honest about it and me having a subjective opinion.
right.
And then I'm still, I'm not like just raking them over the coals, dude. I really like the lyrics and I really like a lot of the music. It's simply just the vocals on some of the songs I didn't care about. And I really wish the opener would have been different because that sets the mood
It
for
set the
me.
tone for the
Or
record.
the tone,
Too.
yeah, it sets the
Yeah.
tone for me. And like I'm a weirdo and I'm also incredibly opinionated. So like even if I actually mean this, I'm gonna say it like this. I don't know why I do that. It's just dude, it is what it is, bro. If I mean one, I'm
Dramatic.
gonna
You're
I'm gonna,
dramatic.
yeah. I'm dramatic. So like, but I love Kevin Seconds, or well, I don't know him yet, but like I love 7 Seconds,
Right.
and yeah, dude, this album just it's got sounds in it that I wasn't caring about. So what? Man, I should have listened to this one again today, and I didn't because I just didn't think I could get through it. Now I regret not listening
It's
to it
okay.
again.
Look, man, you
Well,
got.
no, it's bothering me because I wish I had some more stuff to add to the conversation that was positive. Because I honestly think there's probably plenty of positivity I could bring to the table.
You gotta absorb it, let it breathe, let it sit, come
Right.
back,
Yeah.
absorb it again, and then just take it from there. If you want. If you still hate it later, then that's cool. It took me forever to find a couple of Husker Du songs that you actually liked, and then you finally admitted that you liked the songs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. Even in our first conversation, I went back and I watched that video when we were talking about New Day Rising.
Okay.
And your opinions on the band were all over the place. You said
Well,
there's things I like about it, and there's things I really enjoy about it, but then there's things I hate about it. But then
like
this is really good, but then that's really bad.
So I still stand behind that, but I say like if you ask me yes or no, it's still a no because the stuff that I dislike is so like dense within their records. It's hard for me to get past it because a lot of it's stuff that they're not going to change and it's all over their albums. It's like in the DNA of their music. So it's like how in the world could you listen to like a Global Threat record if you don't like screaming vocals? You can't. Even though you like the lyrics, you like the guitar. Yeah, and then that one part where they had like a mid-pace song was really good. But yeah, but they still are like a screamy
Yeah,
street punk band.
yeah,
So
yeah,
like they
yeah.
have
I
this
mean,
like, white noise washed over all their albums, and I just in the noisy, I don't like the noisy, chaotic, disorganized sound, and that's what they're really, really great at creating, or were.
yeah.
And I respect what they did, and I still will argue about the punk thing. They just don't sound like a punk band to me. And so, like, but whatever, dude. Like I said a million times, my opinion does not matter. And
Yeah.
it's just a conversation. I want to like them. I mean, if there's any band out there that I want to like that I don't right now, it's Husker Du. Because you're my friend, man. We've gotten pretty close over the last year.
Yeah. Well,
And
I mean, if you don't, yeah, I think with me, it's more about like with any band, um, I care less about you liking it or not, and more about why, like understanding why I like it.
right.
Like that's more important to me, right? It's kind of like being able to see where I'm coming from, and
Well,
and the reason why people like this shit, or you're just like, this is fucking complete ass and I don't get it, and
that's
and
I
that's fine too.
there's a lot of music that I just don't get. And I was told that by Andrew, and I figured it out. He
Oh,
was right.
you don't get it, man.
I just don't get it.
Andrew, if you're watching this, you don't get it either, bro.
Andrew, if you're watching this, I'll be a little surprised.
But
Yo, that's one person that I really actually, Andrew, if you're watching this, please, sincerely, what do you think about this 7 Seconds album and why? I would love to hear your feedback on it.
I think
Because
he's gonna like it.
he might, very well might, dude. We look, here's the thing is that
He likes Turnstile.
oh man, I forgot about that. That's unfortunate, but whatever. Dude, that new album, bro, I would rather listen to the 7 Seconds album. Dude, I keep wanting to say Kevin. I'd rather listen to this album 100 times than that one once. That album was awful. Dude, too much like just random ambient noise, like not really being a song, but it's there, like
Yeah.
nah, bro, keep that. Keep that.
I hear
Hey
you.
man, those dudes are full of granola and sadness. They can keep it over there in their part of the
And
world.
money. They're also full of money now because they're making fucking tons of it.
Good for them, man. Hey, look, I'm not a hater to that degree. Good for you, man. You're making money. Go ahead.
They're getting the bag. I think
Hey,
they're going on
man.
some big tour right now with High Viz and fucking, I can't even.
Bro, I got a bag they can hold on to.
Oh yeah. You're a Squirtle bag. Is it made out of Squirtle skin? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes, dude. Oh man,
Is that the one?
It'll make them glow on.
But yeah, I mean, look, I don't. This is like 7 Seconds is another band that I really want to like. I don't know too much about them. I really don't.
I've come to the conclusion that I don't know much about any bands except
So,
like 5.
I don't know
Like-
fuck all about Chromax. I don't know fuck all about 7 Seconds. I'm just a giant poser.
So,
You
well,
know?
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I was.
I know a lot about a few bands, and I know a
That's what I'm
little bit
saying.
about a lot of bands.
That's how, dude. I'm realizing that that's what it is. I know a little bit about a bunch of bands, and then I know a lot about a few bands.
But it's cool. That's why I like watch these, podcasts and listen to stuff, because I listen to a ton of interviews with bands and artists and musicians all the time.
I just had an idea, man. Let me know what you think about this.
Tell me.
What if I can figure out how to get you on the screen on my other software, and when we do these podcasts, we can do like a couple of songs on the podcast to talk about it, and I'll just cut the songs out for the YouTube version, and then the song versions, it'll just be the whole thing, and it'll go up on Patreon. Dude, think about how much more fun we could have and how much of a better conversation we could have if we could actually go, let's listen to it. Boop. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, that's real. At least just a couple of songs.
Yeah, no, it would not. I wouldn't even want it to be the whole album, but like, yeah, but like that way we could put on our notes, like, hey, maybe 1 or 2 songs we really like, and then one that we disliked, and we'll go over those.
Mhm.
And if it overlaps, even better, because that's less songs we have to worry about. But that way, it'll give us some content for Patreon. It'll also probably increase the quality of our YouTube version, anyways.
It's true.
I'm all about trying to increase the quality of these shows, man, because I love doing this. And I think it's so good for us, as me and you, like specifically us, and our like direct community. We've got like a 40-person community that's like directly our people. And I think they really like this. And I know I do. And so whatever I can do to make those people happier, I will do it.
It would be, I don't know if every once in a while, like, we could have like another member of the group come in.
Well, I know
and
Rob
something
wants to
with
do
us.
an episode with us.
I would love that.
You know, I figured
Do a
you would.
little 3-way convo.
Oh
you know?
yeah. Oh yeah. I think the ones that would be the most interesting for the show would be Rusty, because it would be insane. Like, it would be insane. Andrew would probably be a lot of fun.
Yeah, he'd be fun.
Let's see. Honestly, Iggy, bro, I love you, dude, but I might just log out if Iggy's on here with me, because that guy, I feel like he doesn't do it on purpose, but then sometimes I think maybe he's just a mastermind at like getting under my skin, and he is doing it on purpose. And it's like he's playing the long game, and I just can't figure it out.
You think I'm a troll? Fucking that guy.
I don't think he's a troll, bro. I think he's just unique. I've talked to him a lot, man, and I think that he's just a little different, and that's okay. I love it.
No, but then that difference, it's like he's like inadvertently a troll. He's doing it without trying to be one.
Well, that's not a troll. That's just an accident.
Like, he's fucking weird.
Yeah, I love it.
No,
dude.
No offense, Iggy.
No, I love Iggy, bro. Me and Iggy talk all the time. That's my guy.
Man.
No, that's my dude, bro. Like, he knows it. If he watched what I just said and took offense to that, I will be flabbergasted, because that dude's my guy. We talk all the time. Like, I think that it would be. He'll tell you, like, I think Randall might kill me if we were in person talking about this, and I'm like, I don't know about all that, but I would definitely be like, what are you talking about?
That's really funny.
Like. Yeah, we have a really great group of people, man. It's awesome. Anybody that's watching this, man, like, come hang out. If you want to check out my Patreon, it's cheap, dude. And there's like monthly giveaways. There's an exclusive Discord. You have input on the channel, and I'm doing more exclusive content. Not all the time, but enough. I dropped a video today. It was behind the scenes with Sully from No Guard. It's like 7 minutes of us just like hanging out talking.
I like that. Can we wrap this up? That's all I got to say about it.
Yeah. Okay. So 7 seconds. Break Wind. What are your top songs? I just said Break Wind, like, without even being a joke. New Wind.
I know you like New Wind. You just want to talk about fucking farting, man. I don't know what to tell you. I like the first song, The Night Away.
Yeah, you do.
I like the title track, New Wind. I like Somebody Help Me Scream. I like the fourth song a lot. Tied Up in Rhythm is probably one of my favorite songs. Man Enough to Care, I really enjoyed that one too.
So you like the whole album?
I liked. There's one or two songs that was kind of like, I don't know. I think Calendar, maybe. I'm not the biggest fan of.
I don't have a single song with a like on it. Okay.
I really enjoyed most of the record. I thought it was fun to listen to.
Dude, I don't think I even agree with this, man. I think I've got to wait. Hold on. Oh no, hold on.
You don't like any of it. You just think
no. Hold on. I was on the wrong thing. There's like a deluxe edition. That might be why I didn't have. I know. Dude, I had to like at least some of it, man. Look, dude, I'm not completely out of my mind, or maybe I am, but
you're a little wacky.
A little wacky whack.
A little wackadoodle.
Wackadoodle. Yeah, I'm almost wrapping this up. Hold on one second.
You're good, man.
Sometimes. The Crew. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah. I have exactly one song that I liked. Well, I like Calendar. That was a good song. All right, dude. I gotta go and listen to more of this, and because there's gotta be some songs on here I liked. Dude, I do like. Okay, this is gonna sound stupid, but I like the cover art.
Yeah, I like it too. I would get a T-shirt of this album cover.
I don't like the album enough to be I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? But like,
you know what I'm saying? I know what you're saying.
Well, you know, name 3 songs. I'm gonna be like, I can't.
I know, dude. I'd be like, hate it. REM. Oh, yeah.
I'll be like 3 songs I don't like. Gotcha. Heard. That's but yeah, dude, this song. Hey, what I want people that made it this far in the video to be able to tell me, like, explain to me what I'm missing here, man. Like let me know what I need to like go back and pay attention to. And when I listen to this again, I will put some notes in the comments and pin it to the top. So yeah, that's it, man. 7 seconds, New Wind. What are we gonna talk about next time, Nitty? What we got? What you got?
We gotta go in the lab and think about this, man. I picked these 2. You pick the next 2. I don't want to.
Okay, I'll pick 2 albums. Give me 1 second, sir. Actually, you know what? Instead of making people wait through this, I'll just log off and I'll text you in a minute.
Sounds good.
All right, everybody. Nitty's in a hurry tonight, so we don't have time to sit here and banter back and forth. He's got to go take a dump.
That can take a
Dude,
while.
you gonna get a Blumpkin?
Oh no, I haven't. I don't know if I'm down for that.
Dude, I don't know if I could facilitate.
It's like your fucking prostate's doing way too much, man. How are you supposed to keep an erection and fucking shit at the same time?
I don't know. It feels pretty good to take a dump.
That's crazy, bro. Like that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. That doesn't seem feasible. But you know, never say never.
I was gonna grow up when I was like 19, 20 years old. I just said nah.
Dude, the sense, yeah, I mean, yeah, we're still
Nah.
dick and butt ass jokes and
Yep.
balls.
All right, everybody. We'll see y'all next time on a Punk Rock Read podcast.
Peace.
Later.
Later.